It's lovely being here with you. I've decided to just sit with the fellow panelists instead of the podium. I hope that's okay. Lovely seeing you, meeting you all. My name is Burcu Aydın. I am the head of the Student Affairs Department at Gulf Medical University in Ajman. It's an absolute honor to be here. I was here with Evolve by Meritto last year as a speaker, and I get to be a moderator this year. What an honor. As you can see here, we're going to talk about recruiting the next generation of students in the Middle East. It's always a challenge, full of opportunities and challenges recruiting students. I'm here with distinguished experts in the field from various different universities and institutions. I'd like to give them a minute for them to introduce themselves first, and then we'll dive into the topic. Yes, please.
Thank you very much. A very good afternoon to all of you. My name is Amritesh, and I am one of the directors at Innova Training Institute. We are based out of Knowledge Village. We are partners with Xiamen University, China. Our students pursue the vocational program offered by Pearson at Xiamen University and further progress to UNSW, University of New South Wales. And we are offering this program since past 1 year. It's a new partnership we have started. And thank you very much once again to Meritto for inviting me. And it's lovely to be in this gathering. Thanks a lot.
Good evening and good afternoon, in fact, ladies and gentlemen. This is Professor Dr. Qaab Mohammed. I'm the Dean and the Managing Director of the London American City College in the UAE. And also I am associated with London American University College, Republic of Zambia, as the Vice Chancellor of the university. For me and for us and our institution, what is important is quality of education. So we emphasize on quality education, and also term education, skills and knowledge is very important. And at the same time, accreditation and recognition both are very, very important. So that's the reason London American City College in the UAE is a 24-year-old institution offering university programs, mostly from the American University, which is Medina University, one of the top university as per the US News and World Report based in Michigan State. We offer programs in the field of information systems, in business administration, and we also offer in agri-business management. So thank you very much to Meritto for offering this opportunity to be there at this particular platform in a panel discussion, and we'll meet you once again. Thank you very much.
Well, we are the latest kid on the block. I'm listening to everyone and the number of years that they've been here. We've just opened doors actually this September. I'm Anita Patankar, and I'm the Executive Director at the Symbiosis International University at Dubai. While we are new on the block here, we're not new to this region. We have over 1,000 alumni who work in this region, because they graduated from bachelor's and master's and doctoral programs at Symbiosis International University in India. In India, you may be aware or not, but we are the only educational institution, the university, that was set up in 1971 only and specifically for foreign students, primarily African and Asian. So diversity, inclusion, employability, these are things that we have focused on in these 53 years. And back at home in India, we offer everything. We're a multidisciplinary, comprehensive university, law and engineering, to management, medicine, etc. Here and in Dubai, we've started with management, computer tech, as well as media and communication programs. I think we're happy to be here because there's a cultural fit between Symbiosis, who believes in, if you understand a little bit of Sanskrit, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the world is one family, and Dubai, that has so many nationalities here. So happy to be here. Thank you to Meritto for inviting me, and happy to be a part of this panel, because recruitment of international students has been something that we've been working with and thinking about and brainstorming about since 1971.
Hello, good evening, everyone. I'm Fahad. I'm the Regional Director of Marketing and Admission in Success Point. So what we offer undergraduate, post-graduation programs in different disciplines, particularly in business management, accounting and finance, HRM, psychology, and also particularly to speak about MBBS. And today I'm so happy and privileged to speak about in this topic because I would say I'm the last of Gen Y and the beginning of Gen Z. So I can speak more about it, more in touch with this topic. And thank you, Meritto, for this opportunity where I would like to share my strategies along with my peers here. Thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone. This is Warren from Sky Global Education Zimbabwe. We are a study abroad recruitment company based in Harare, serving the Southern African region. And we are partnered with universities in Dubai, Malaysia, India, mostly in this region, due to the interest from our students in our area in the Dubai education, the Indian education, and also the Malaysian education. So I'm very happy to be here, and I'm also happy that I'm not the only Gen Y here. As he said, we are two on the stage. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Okay, thank you so much for our panelists for that introduction. I come from a student affairs perspective, and I work closely with the marketing department and the admissions department, and we always try to strive in finding new ways to recruit students, as you would do. And when I go to education fairs and I meet the students, we show them our catalogs and our programs, and we try to impress them. But I always feel that parents are a crucial part of the decision-making process, because they are the ones who are actually going to invest 4 to 5 years of tuition, invest their time and finance for their kids. So my first question is, what are the key factors influencing the decision-making process for today's students and parents in the Middle East? And how can institutions align their recruitment strategies to address these priorities? Any of you can go ahead and answer, please.
I think, I feel as a parent, as well as an educator and someone who works very closely with marketing, I think it's really very simple. Today, parents look at identifying some kind of a college or university and ecosystem that's going to primarily propel their kids into some kind of a successful career. What do parents want? They want growth, they want stability, they want progress, and they want job satisfaction, personal and professional satisfaction for their kids. What are they looking for? While we might say a whole lot of stuff, most parents actually don't go into course outlines. They don't look at course outcomes. They don't look very often at detailed rankings. What they do look for is, number one, I think they look for stories, and they look for true stories. Whether they come through Insta, Facebook, or whether it comes through meetings with alumni, but they're looking for stories about progression from people who've graduated from the institute that they're looking at. The second thing that they're looking at is they're looking at faculty. And they're looking at what are the faculty doing? What kind of research are the faculty doing? How are the faculty engaging with community and with industry and with government and with policymakers? And how are they engaging with students in those projects? Because I believe that parents are looking for ecosystems, learning ecosystems, that help their children learn all those competencies, those skills, those career-ready, future-ready skills. That's it at basics. So what are we looking at, or what should we be focusing on? We should be focusing on quality. And quality as seen through a couple of points. So rankings for sure, but also where are your alumni placed? We have found at Symbiosis that the minute we say we're 31 in the global rankings of QS for employer reputation, 90% of the battle is won, because parents say, if you're 31 in the world, and they're usually surprised, they never thought an Indian university would be right up there, then they say, okay, fine, that means your curriculum is industry relevant. So I think what they're looking for is a combination, and this is where it gets scary. So while I want all of that, I also want an ecosystem where my child can grow. Mental health is an issue that everyone struggles with nowadays. You want personal as well as professional. So it's a combination of all of these that I think we have to cater to.
Absolutely.
Just
Thank
to
you.
add something
Yes,
on Madam's views, what is important for our students and the parents, whether it is student or parents, they need to complete their academic profile. That is what is very, very important. Whenever you go for studies, you need to complete your academic profile. And what is the academic profile? Minimum, you need to complete the bachelor's degree and the master's degree. So what is important is, as Madam said, quality of education. And quality of education actually calls for the recognition and the accreditation of the programs and the accreditation of the institution. This is number one, which is very important for all the parents as well as the students. Number two, what is important is the term of study is very important. I'm sure everybody knows about it that there is no shortcut method in education. You cannot complete a bachelor's degree in 6 months. You cannot complete your bachelor's degree in 12 months. Minimum, a bachelor's degree, if you want to complete, means you need to complete either a 3 to 4 years of intensive study, skills-based study, knowledge-based study. That is what is very important. Anywhere, if you're completing within less term means, I don't think that you are maintaining quality in the organization. So what is important for our parents and the student, they look for accreditation, they look for skills and knowledge, which is very important. Also, they look for student-centered learning and co-ops and internship and placement is also very important for us.
Thank you for that. Let's give a chance to, yes.
Excuse me. Top of it, I would like to add, because the students since now, they wanted to be career focused. So we wanted to build a community which where the students are ready to the career, which they start, once they complete the program, they should aware what the real world problems is, what they can help with the solution, they can sell it. So we would love to have more incubation centers or entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs awards. So these kind of things to be more introduced in the education centers where we can make more people which is ready for the career.
Thank you. I'd like to move on to Gen Z. Okay. I believe they're our audience, and they're not very necessarily easy to work with. I've been in the field for the last 19 years. I have seen pre-COVID, after-COVID students, and the mental state, it's completely different, the way that they think. How do you think we can actually recruit our Gen Z audience? Is there any strategies that you have implemented in your universities? First of all, would you agree that they are different than, I mean, you've been in the field for a long time, longer than I have. Do you see the difference?
I think that's a question I can answer, right? We deal with Gen Z students all the time as a recruitment placement company. Gen Z students have a low time of engagement when you are talking to them, right? You have to really strike a balance between they are looking for lifestyle and they are looking for education. You should really balance your marketing pitch in terms of the education and in terms of the lifestyle, right? When you are recruiting a Gen Z student, it's not all about education, but what is Dubai going to offer me? What are the activities there, right? These are some of the questions that we are getting. And the marketing that we are using for Dubai is more of we are selling the region. When you sell the region, you get the attention of the student. Once you get the attention of the student, then you sell the university. So that's what they are looking for. They are looking for a more lifestyle-oriented approach to marketing, which is a bit different to the previous generation of students who are usually looking at ranking of the university, career options. These guys are more into the 21st century technologies. They are more into Instagram. They are more into the lifestyle and what the country gives me on a Saturday, on a weekend, What am I able to do after graduation? So that's the marketing that universities should look at. They should really change their focus from the conventional marketing that they were doing into more lifestyle-oriented marketing in order to get student numbers.
So Warren is coming from Zimbabwe, and let's say I'm in Zimbabwe, I'm a student, and how would you sell Dubai to me?
First of all, I'm going to sell the country. The country, one, in terms of employability, in terms of activities that are not regarded as educational activities. You have the Dubai Mall, you have the Dubai Frame, you know, things like that. They are very much
Get them on the
interested
camel,
in that.
take them to safari,
Coming back
global
to his,
village.
Coming back to his point, I was in Republic of Zambia, you know, and in Zambia, of course, Gen Z students, you know, 58% of the students, they always look for micro credentials, which is very, very important. And I feel that's also very important at this point of time that, of course, they are fully tech savvy. And every time, you know, you'll find that in Republic of Zambia, they are very, very strict on accreditations, you know, by the Higher Education Authority as well. And they have put up a course in the syllabus saying that any course, whether it is an information systems course or a technical course or an engineering course or a medicine course, they need to have something called as a course on entrepreneurship and startup programs. That is also very important. So I feel that Gen Z students, they look for some of the extra and co-curricular activities, which includes co-op learning, student-centered learning, you know, all these things are a part and parcel of it, and that will help them a lot.
If I could just add in a note, yes, and maybe I'm a little older, but my experience tells me that all the research that's been done on labeling these age groups, Gen Z, for example, is just a generalization. Everyone in that age group actually doesn't fit that description. So while we say that Gen Z believes in transparency, Gen Z is more connected, you know, to community and to social responsibility, and that they're more aware of gender differences, and they believe that diversity and inclusion is really important, and that they understand technology. While that is true, that they are far more mindful and aware of these than, you know, my generation was, the reality is that when you are reaching out to them in terms of recruitment strategies, Gen Z still has slightly traditional expectations from careers and professions. And I've seen this, that someone who's 18 years old, 19 years old, 20 years old will want to see your film on YouTube and TikTok and Insta and wants a very interactive virtual campus tour and wants to hear stories about people. They will still come and say, okay, so that's an extra, but in terms of career, where will I work, how much will I earn, you know, how much will I earn, and what kind of a lifestyle am I going to have? So I feel that right now, we need to cater to both. We also have to remember what the previous panel said, and you said it yourself. Parents still play a very important role in decision making, because in most of the, especially bachelor programs, parents are the ones paying the tuition fee. And therefore, while I agree with these two young gentlemen here, you also cannot forget traditional ways of reaching out, because you've got to be able to talk to parents as well as the Gen Z potential student at the same time. Your message has got to, and I think in that sense, it actually makes perfect sense to have people like us on the same marketing team. I'm lucky at Symbiosis, I'm the oldest one in the group, but therefore parental messaging and what parents are looking for in terms of return on investment, parents don't say that, but in their mind the return on investment is very clear. And younger students who are looking for entry, they're looking for things that also make them feel good. I think Gen Z has one advantage. A, they're digital natives, correct? So therefore, they think tech, and it's easier for them to learn tech. But I think the second thing is they're also very mindful of quality of life. They're mindful of the wars across the world. They're mindful of so many social problems that we're dealing with, and they're looking for educational institutions that offer that. They may personally not choose to engage in it, but they want to know that their institution is concerned about these
Those
things.
are very valid points, Dr. Ali said, that the traditional way for the parents and the Gen Z way, it's a lot of work on the marketing team.
Yeah, top
Probably
of it, I would
both
like to
needs
add, because
counseling.
the actual challenge
You know,
is
you'll
the
find
parents
that-
or the millennials and the children from the Gen Z. So where the parents still goes with the traditional marketing, and then the Gen Z with the both believes in the traditional marketing, and they are more into, as the previous panel discussion said, they are from TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube, all those advertisements that keep on showing, retargeting those people, that all can capture these people, but actual challenges comes from the parents who's convincing the program and making them to go forward. And also, as an education institution, we also should work on the SEO, where the actual programs are from the organic traffics.
Thank you so much for that. I'd like to give my colleague a chance with my final question. I want to make points on
I'll
the-
just add something to
Okay.
it. This is what happens in recruitment. You have to cut through the noise. It's recruitment, So everyone wants to say their part, and no doubt about it. It's not easy. It's a very difficult thing. But I believe influencing is the most important thing. You influence at school level. You take help of counselors. They influence. You use social media. Influence in the right manner through the right channel. Building pipelines is something which help in recruitments. That's my opinion. Again.
Thank you so much. So we've got about 3 minutes. My final question to you is, looking forward, how do you see the recruitment landscape evolving in the Middle East over the next decade? What steps should institutions should take? We talked about social media, digital platforms, aligning with the demands of the market. But in the next decade.
Yes, the next 10 years would be more into influencers marketing, where people could actually feel what it is. We're not going to do any more about our traditional marketing or even into digital marketing. Just we do run an ad, so people will be more knowing about our brand. So please build the brands, please build the alumni, please build the culture, please build the experience, and please build career-oriented program. So these all will sell, or even we say we can reach out to people that can make a lot of difference, and we can secure a space. As it is always said that there are more Indian and other universities is coming into UAE, so we'll be having a lot of competitive ground. So we need to ensure to secure our space. Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
in the process of marketing, I think public disclosure is also very important, because you'll find that you need to project to the students community as well as the parents that what is the graduation rate, what is the placement rate, what is the retention rate. All these things are very, very important. And I think the quality of education is very important, because any student, any parent, the first thing they look is the recognition and the accreditation and the quality of education. This is the primary thing which I feel that everybody should look into that. And second is the term of study, which is also very important. So I can put it in 5 performance objectives. I feel that first performance objective, everybody has to look at it, is quality objectives, that is quality education. Number 2 is speed objectives. When I talk about speed objectives, it talks about the term of study. Please never ever compromise with your term of study, because a medical doctor cannot become a medical doctor in 2 years or 3 years. He has to finish at least 7 years to 10 years of study in order to become a medical doctor. So speed. Third one is dependability, which is also very important, and dependability calls for recognition of the program. That is also very important. Number 4 is the flexibility is very important. And what is flexibility? Of course, you have a lot of flexibility in terms of going in for the studies. You can have online, you can have hybrid platform, etc. That can be done, but quality should be maintained in both online as well as on-site studies. And the 5th performance objective is the cost factor, the finance factor, which is also very important.
Thank you so much.
If I could just
Sure, we've got 20 more seconds, Dr.
If I could just briefly say, I think in the next decade, we're going to require a lot of clarity. I think every educational institution doesn't want to be an international player. Every educational institution doesn't even want to be a national player. I think the clarity in terms of who am I basically catering to? Where do I want my students to come from? If you look at educational institutions in Dubai, I think all of them would have agreed that they would like to attract international students here. And if that is the case, then we need to borrow and tweak some of the marketing principles and practices that the best corporates do. Because today education is a business, whether we like it or not. At least we're dealing with it in that sense. So we're using the same segmentation, targeting, positioning, branding that corporates have been done, and we're tweaking them to suit us. And therefore, we will be talking to all. What my colleague said panelist said is very, very right, is that we will be talking to all stakeholders. How we will get counselors to talk about us is going to be very different than how we're going to get industry to talk about us, or government, or policymakers, or community projects. But I think more comprehensive understanding of our role, comprehensive understanding of some of the basic marketing principles, because education is probably the only non-recession, non-COVID impacted. You know, when things are not going well, people start investing in themselves in terms of education. Upskilling, reskilling, looking at education to try and take them to the next step. So therefore, education is always going to grow, and therefore, we are going to have to become smarter at dealing with this. So I can see educational institutions having to learn more and more and more as they try to cater
Thank you so much to our panelists. I think time is up. I had actually 8 questions. I got 3. Thank you so much for listening to us. Thank you to all of you for your input.
Thank you so much for such an insightful panel discussion and trying to keep it on time. Appreciate that a lot. And I believe now the audience know better how to deal with the Gen Zs. Naveen, please, can I ask you to come on stage to help to facilitate our panel?